No, I am not shocked by the death today of this man in Athens. As a matter of fact, I do think I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. The thing that stuck to my mind with the riots the past couple of days here is the very urban type fighting that's happening between the riot police and the protesters. So it's very has a clear front line, and then it moves forward, and then you take up positions to control a cross section of street, and then they move back. And so, in that sense, it's very warlike. I think the only thing that's missing is actual guns or actual weapons. American police officers do kill people often in the U.S., and you hear about it throughout the nation, not just New York. It happens in New York a little bit more now because of the crisis. But no, people think it's pretty normal. As a matter of fact, Americans, a lot more than Europeans, have a lot more respect towards the army or the police. Anybody with a uniform, people respect that. There's a common thing between France or Italy or Spain or Portugal or Greece. I think it deals with a more Latin type mentality of fighting against a government or a system represented by a government. Well, Greece has a specific reputation in the world, obviously, from country to another. In the United States, people know that Greeks are, hot-blooded people, and when they want to fight, they really go and fight. So I think nobody's really surprised, and everybody understands that the economic crisis is tough. So, my name is Jonathan Alpeyrie, and I'm a photojournalist. I'll select topics and assignments for two things. One, what I like, what part of the world interests me for historical reasons or personal reasons. And number two, what sells and what doesn't. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to make money. I think the people who work at Polaris, the editors at Polaris in New York, they know what to expect from these riots. And obviously, what sells the most is the most shocking type photos, fire and running, just chaos. So that's what they're looking for, yeah. The main reason why I went to Egypt is because I want to get to Libya. So then I got to Libya for a couple of weeks, and this was just war. So it's very different. It's scarier because chances of getting killed is much greater than going through a riot here in Athens. So it's a different kind of skill set to survive in terms of being in a war zone or being in a riot area in a city. I was in Afghanistan for Paris Match in June 2010 with a French foreign legion, and I was there for 3 weeks, and I saw very heavy fighting. It was very intense, mortar rounds, artillery, everything. And a French foreign legion paratrooper was killed in front of me. He got hit in the head, bullet in the head, just dropped right next to me. So you take a photo of the man who was killed. It's after often that you reflect on what you've done and what you've seen. It's so far been pretty tamed. Like I'm able to put that aside when I'm home in a more normal life, which is New York City for me. And but I have a lot of nightmares. I have a lot of nightmares on things that I've seen. But then when you're home after a month, then it's okay. It's normal again. So being truly a photojournalist is not well paid. No, if you want to make money, be a fashion photographer or advertising photographer, which I do in New York as well for extra money. I think if I was only doing photojournalism, I would not eat every day.